everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the last game for the Wizards, it was a loss to Charlotte. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. And Devin Booker, the youngest player to ever score 70 in a single game. Shaq, how impressive is that?
You know, it's so impressive that even Kyrie Irving mentioned that Booker's got the it factor. Might set a few more records before it's done, Ernie.
Yeah, I believe so. In today's game, you can't have enough shooting. And Booker's also a pretty sneaky playmaker. Sneaky. Doesn't really show it all the time. Just sneaky.
You know who else has the it factor?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan.
Oh.
We're going courtside. He's got the call.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer on our sideline, David Aldridge, and our very special guest, Hall of Famer to be, one of the greats ever to step on the pro hardwood, the one, the only, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
Harlan, it's always great to see you, man.
Last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to Detroit.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
Well, you know what, Greg? When the defense is that lax, come on now, they honestly deserve to lose. You can't let a team get into that kind of a groove.
And Kevin, you were drafted back in 1995, straight out of high school. You ever wonder how your career might have been different had you played some college basketball?
When I look at college, those are people that are going to, if not preparing themselves for something else. I was doing the same thing at a rapid rate, doing it through college.
Very accelerated rate.
Very accelerated rate. Where people was getting in 4 years, I was probably getting in 6 months, if not 3 months, and have to understand and articulate it. Then I got to block out. I got to understand what all that is and how finance and economics work and how it affects me. And now I got to strategize from when I'm going to do certain business moves throughout this whole season and be able to talk to an owner and talk and negotiate and go back and forth within a certain timeline. This is all stuff that you don't get in a book. This is all on the ground. You got to learn it, and you got to have a passion for it. You can't sit back and let somebody do your job for you. You got to know what it is. To be able to teach someone something is elite to me. So, you know.
And it was a process, and you enjoyed the process, though, right? Because you were a sponge. You absorb so much as from a person watching you go through all this.
Kev, I'm a student.
Yeah.
And you know me. You've been knowing me since I was a kid. You saw my growth. You saw when I struggled. One thing about struggle, you always have a chance to do something about that. I like to think that in life you have a choice. You can, it's what you do and how you do it. And I've always wanted to be a person of quality. Always wanted to be a person of class, you know that. And I'm a professional, and I was taught that you don't get to pick and choose when you're a professional. And I like to think that I've learned through my mistakes and have applied the stuff that I've learned through my mistakes. Some of the things I'm teaching these young guys, some of the things I'm talking to these young guys about is just simple experiences and how I messed up. And if I can do it over, I would do it like this. And if I can talk to, my parents, and I have parents like your parents, I would sit down and I would say this. Relating to these young guys, understanding these young guys, understanding, period, says a lot for everything, bro. That's what I've learned through all of this.
Unbelievable. And now Washington's starting group. Robinson is out there with Smith. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Short in at the 3-set. And the shot goes in.
Boy, the fifth time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
Wizards have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's Petrie. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. They grabbed their own miss. Smith got it. Good job in the low post.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Passes to Duncan. over Smith. Duncan with the bucket. Duncan's got his first bucket of the night.
You got to honor Duncan from the mid-range. When he's got space to shoot, he does not hesitate.
Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Are you going to dive on the floor? Are you going to do the small things? You know, are you going to double down? Are you going to be in the spot when you're supposed to, when you're supposed to be there? You know my bads. You know, all this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
That sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh, man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things. And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all in one and then go forward with the same velocity like you wanted to. It's frustrating.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Washington.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
And yes, it's good.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Irving passes to Petrie. To the paint, here's Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
And the Admiral, David Robinson, a big-time threat to dunk it down. Can't give this 7'1" center any room down low.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Here's McAdoo, 9 points last game. Here's Duncan, and he uses the glass on the layup. Duncan's got his second basket.
And you know, Duncan is an incredible talent. He's a menace on the block, exceptional at scoring deep inside.
Kevin, you think about having that killer instinct, that killer mentality. You go against a Kobe Bryant, he would tear your heart out, as you would his.
And you have to understand that we all recognize that about each other. Tim Duncan would be the same. Rasheed Wallace would be the same. I would think of Allen Iverson would be the same. Vince Carter would do the same. These are guys who, Trace McGrady, Chauncey Billups, these are all guys who kill Neal. These are all guys who don't care. And that's how it should be. And that's the game.
You can't be great unless you are, I don't think, can you?
I think you have to possess that killer instinct.
Jordan.
Man, listen, Michael Jordan was one of the darkest, seriously. Jordan could go into a place where he could go repetitive and he could go on talking to you. And the more he talked, I thought the better he got. And I thought the madder he got, the better he got. And the more upset and the more you didn't trap him, the more he was ticked off that you wasn't. Bro, there's a whole matrix to it. Like, seriously, this game is levels to it. And the ones that understand and have been in that understand what I'm talking about.
There's not a great player that hasn't been there.
No, because they understand that moment. When you got there, when you're in that moment, you're just riding the wave. You're just going to ride it. The great ones know what I'm talking about.
Washington shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. First free throw is good.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
And so Irving nails both of them.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release. Mark it up.
Pass to Chenier. Here's Duncan. Here's McAdoo. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Shots good from Petrie.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Here's Archibald. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Archibald's got himself on the board with 3 there. And Kevin, going back to your title team with the Celtics, do you think you realized at that time how special it was?
If I knew what I knew now, I would have tried to bottle.
Yeah, I know.
I would have tried to bottle as much as I could. Doc knew it. Doc Rivers knew it.
He did. He did know it. Yes.
Doc Rivers knew it, and he knew it day one, and he knew that if we was going to be committed, we had to be the leaders of the commitment. It was going to be hard on the 3 of us. He was going to be very tough, but it made us who we are, and it pushed us to another level.
It was like he was the perfect coach at the perfect time for the perfect threesome, right?
Seriously, man, because a lot of people, go to Phil and his style and how it worked for him, Michael and Scotty and that 3 with Rodman, and then him transferring and going to L.A. doing that with Kobe and Shaq and making that a dynasty. Doc Rivers had a whole nother style, and it was like a Chuck Daly kind of style. It was a bar kind of very, very firm, very physical, but in your face, with class. We're going to knock you down. We ain't going to help you up, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to share the ball in offense. We're going to move it. We're going to have multiple players. We're going to attack for 48 minutes. Look, this is how we're going to play this game. He had a real style that was similar to some of those Detroit, some of those more tougher teams that you hear. That's the style that we practice with and we play with.
It showed. It showed. I mean, to have that, just like historically good. Now, here's Irving. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. And now, we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
Well, Kevin, the crucial aspect in his mind is making things tough for them inside. He said they're a physical team, and they bring a lot of intensity. If we don't respond when they push us, we'll just get bullied all game. You're going to get down in the paint tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And the Timberwolves call time here.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Some teams live and die by the 3. Let's check out the best. 5th, the Timberwolves.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Martin, the pass to Free. Here's Ryder, defended by Wilkins. Here's Ryder. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. To the middle, tips it up. Headed, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And, Kevin, you think about all the individual accolades you won, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year award. Where does the title NBA champion rank on your personal list?
Being an NBA champion is everything. If I didn't win any of that individual stuff, I would be totally fine with just being an NBA champion.
Here's Free. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And Washington has possession after the basket by Minnesota. Petrie, the pass to Wilkins. Here's Dantley. 5 on the clock. Over Martin. Rebound, Minnesota.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward. Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
Washington with the ball, following the 3 by Minnesota. Wilkins with the ball. Here's Petrie. 10 points for him. 1:27 left in the first quarter.
Looking at the Timberwolves, let's see where they rank in the NBA statistics right now.
And a quick word in terms of their field goal percentage, which has just been spectacular inside and outside. They just keep finding ways to put the ball in the basket.
The first one falls, and Washington making a change here. Cooper's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Wilkins. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. The pass to Eaton. The Wizards working the ball around now. Left side, Wilkins. Martin with the block.
Got to be careful around Martin. Kenyon Martin's athleticism allows him to send shots in reverse with force.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Cooper against Hayward. Cooper the pass to Pettit. Fade away, and Eaton gets it to go.
Nice job exploiting that mismatch. Realized he had a smaller defender on him and went right to the mid-range jam.
Here's Ryder. He's guarded by Cooper. Offensive rebound. Here's Free, and again it's Minnesota.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Wilkins. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. 11 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Puts it up. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take so far in the Timberwolves?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Boy, the ferocity on the glass, really impressive, and they're not backing up at all, not giving an inch on the boards.
Here's Wilkins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the three-pointer becoming a bigger and bigger part of the NBA game. Kev, there's little doubt in my mind that had you worked on the three, taken that road, you would have been proficient at the
Oh, no, I can shoot threes.
Well, I know you can.
I can shoot threes. I just didn't shoot threes. And Doc was like, why don't you shoot the three? And I was like, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. We got like 7 three-point shooters on here. The last thing we need, somebody has to rebound some of this, okay, Doc? Again, get off of me. I want you to shoot the three. I'm like, I'm not shooting three.
But he knew you could. And you know you could.
I knew, but listen, listen, know your strengths. And I always knew my strengths. And when I needed to hit a three, I would look over there like, oh, you happy? I hit a three, okay? Shoot another one. I'm like, no. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So the Wizards 5 right now. Wilkins is out there with Cooper. And it's Eaton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Pettit. Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing.
And it's Cooper missing. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Free. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. One-on-one here. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Finally.
Here's free, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Hayward. Averaging 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Now here's Duncan. He has 6. Here's Ryder.
Man, I love the lockdown defense of Cooper. I mean, very good because of his speed, athleticism, and smarts. Knows how to bother scores.
Here's Wilkins, following the basket by Tim Duncan. Wilkins passes to Pettit. Goes up the baseline. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Wizards lead by 1. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Wilkins against Free. To the inside, Duncan. And Duncan throws it down.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. McLaughlin's checked in for Ryder. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Atlanta. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And checking out Washington, 2 spots down.
And you know, for the Wizards, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
Yes, that goes in. Free's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. And Kevin, you talk about the makeup of a championship roster. Can you win it if you're not bound together, if you're not like a family?
I don't know. I only have one as a family.
Yeah.
And I just don't know him going forward and doing something together that it represents family. I think that if you're doing something alone, that says solo. If you're doing something as family, it makes it a lot more easy.
Well said.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here's Wilkins after Gordon Hayward's bucket. Here's Pettit. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Outside, Martin. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Pettit. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Clock at 4. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Washington shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
One shot, gentlemen.
And if I had to think of one word to describe Dantley, it would be prolific. AD doesn't have weeks where he averages 30 a game. How about he does it for seasons? Just a scoring machine.
Here's Archibald 20 points for him last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for Minnesota.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team, just as you might expect. The bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
First one falls for. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Now here's Marion. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit. And another three for Minnesota. KG, you had so much success as a high school player. In fact, you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. How about that, huh? How about I can see the picture in my mind's eye right now.
Yeah, that fell in my lap, man. That wasn't something that I was striving for, but who doesn't want to be on the cover of anything? And nonetheless, SI, and I was more than giddy-eyed and glitz or whatever you want to call it. Listen, very special moment for me. A lot of people don't know you have to get permission to be in certain neighborhoods, and we got permission to be in the neighborhood. We got the shooter right there in front of Farragut, which is very dear to me because of the transformation and the stuff that I have been through and where I was at. You know, I hold Farragut a very, 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 very special place in my heart. So it was important for me to have it on the cover.
No one covering. Short's got 5.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Here's Archibald. He's got 6. Out to the wing. Here's Chenier. Pass to Archibald. Fires the 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at them. Show them you can shoot from outside all night long.
Wizards leading by 4. And stolen by McAdoo. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
Archibald can't hit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Irving. 8 points for him. And the foul called on Sean Marion. That's foul number 2 for him.
Aggressiveness is fine, but you can't be this over-aggressive. I think he's got to dial it back some. They need him on the floor.
Here's Petrie. He's guarded by McLaughlin. 6 to shoot. Smith outside. It's good from long range. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
A nice shot by Chenier.
And that's why you always want the offense running through Tiny. He's a dual threat with his passing and scoring, and he's always going to make the right decision, like on that assist.
Now, here is Irving. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Smith, no luck.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
Passes it to Chenier. Here's Archibald. He's covered by Irving. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Archibald.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Irving. Robinson. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
Here's Archibald. 8 points for him. And that's going to be a travel. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. The Timberwolves second.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Petrie, the pass to Robinson. Outside Irving. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And now a 7-point Wizards lead.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Minnesota calls timeout. Riders checked in for the Timberwolves.
A moment here to see some stats for Marion. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's getting around 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And while the numbers are decent, I really feel like he can do more.
Yeah, you know, his issue is more mental right now, I think. He just needs to block out the distractions and get back to being the star that he is.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Fades away. Again, the Wizards good for 2. Here's Archibald. 8 points for him. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Petrie. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Chenier. Down low. And Sean Marion with the slam.
And Marion finishes with strength there, demonstrating how athletic he is with that dunking ability.
Irving kicks to Robinson. Outside Irving. The pass to Short. Just 5 to shoot. Marion with the steal. On up the court. Good work there as it goes. Now just a 5-point Wizards lead.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. You've given us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And Clark, you know, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, you know, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
The Wizards shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Now, gentlemen, truth shots. Roof shots.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And the second free throw, good. Timberwolves trail by 6.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
That's exactly what they should do. I mean, you don't want to give the opponent another possession here. Make sure you get the last one.
Here's Free. Hayward outside. Latrey. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so that's the end of the first half. Washington out in front, up 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Josh, is this an important game for your team?
Most definitely. I mean, this game is as important as the next. We really need this win. I'm pretty sure they need it too. So, you know, you expect a good show out of all of us.
We'll see whose will gets imposed in the second half. Thanks, Josh. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They really touched on the right formula in the second quarter, as they were able to pull out to a 6-point lead before the halftime break. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possessions. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
The way they were getting rain on from 3, they're lucky to still be in this. In some cases, it was shooters making contested shots, but in others, it was defenders leaving shooters wide open. You can't do that. Bottom line, their perimeter defense was lax, and that needs to change, and that's a fact. Oh, what was rhyming, Ernie?
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Clark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy. Athletic enough to get things done on the court, was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit. But I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Duncan. He's out there with Marion. And it's Chenier in at the 2.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night. And he's done that in a big way.
Duncan down low, working on Smith. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
That one misses for Duncan.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Here's Marion after the basket by Washington. Here's Archibald, and again it's Minnesota converting.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Washington. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Short passes to Irving. Over Archibald. Another one falls for Washington.
he has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Here's Chenier. He's got 12. Pass to Archibald. Buries the long-range jumper. Archibald's got 15 points.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Petrie the pass to Robinson. Here's Petrie. Here's Short. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 8 points for him.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Chenier. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. But they'll get another chance. Shot clock at 3. Swiped it away. Here's Short. Rebounded by McAdoo. McAdoo's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Archibald with the bucket. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Outside Irving. He's feeling it. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
I mean, the airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
Archibald passes to Chenier. Here's Duncan. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, and he knows how to utilize that size. He takes advantage of it. And that's why he's able to take his time on these shots, because he knows he has that extra height advantage.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Smith on the wing from the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. McAdoo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Marion outside. Duncan trying to break loose. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Marion.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Inside. Pass to Chenier. Here's Archibald, covered by Irving. Archibald passes to Chenier. A miss that time would have put him up.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. McLaughlin's checked in. Here's Dantley. 7 points in the game. Irving surveying the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Over Archibald. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up too. Yeah, fun group.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Freeze checked in for Sean Marion. Here's Cooper. Right through the D for the layup. Cooper's got 5 now. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Archibald. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Washington calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Minnesota. Let's take a moment to see the squads that have been the most dominant on the glass this season. The Wizards second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Off the inbound, score the basket, his 8th, 8 for 13 from the floor.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Cooper against Free. 6 to shoot. Shot from 12. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And seeing Archibald dominate the game with his scoring, pretty good. I mean, he plays with a lot of confidence, too. Fun to watch.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. You're always looking for guys with confidence. But then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right. And it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
The first free throw is good, and the Timberwolves making a change here. Martin's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Wilkins is checked in for Kyrie Irving. Good on both. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Archibald, who's got 23, and Hayward gets it to go.
And that was a strong pick by Martin.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Pettit. Cooper against Free. And the pass to Pettit. From 13 feet, it goes down. Pettit's got 6.
Boy, he is consistent on that mid-range jumper. Pettit's a well-rounded player. He can get his points from anywhere on the floor.
Martin with the bucket.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Here's Pettit. 6 points for him. Back to Wilkins. 5 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Here's World B Free. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now a 3-point Minnesota lead. Here's Dantley. Fended by Hayward. Pass to Pettit. Passes it to Dantley. 6 on the shot clock. Over Duncan. The shot by Dantley, no good.
Tell you, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, the defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Pass to Pettit. Kicks it to Wilkins. Fades and shoots. The shot, no good. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's Free. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. 10 points for him.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Washington calls timeout.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Riders checked in for the Timberwolves. And Washington making a change here.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Washington sits right now in the rankings.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the bucket by the Wizards. And a look at the locations on the floor where he's been shooting the ball.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Wizards trailed by 7. And there's the pass to Petrie. Here's Dantley. 9 points in the game so far. Count the basket.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Ryder. He's got 9. Duncan high post. 6 on the shot clock. 16 feet away. Hangs in the air. He lays it in. Duncan's got 18 points in the game.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Shots good from Petrie.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Yeah, where's your fight? You got to show more fight than that.
Pass to Ryder. He kicks to Duncan. Here's Ryder. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's Dantley. Passes it to Petrie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then on Tuesday, they'll start out on the road to play the Nuggets in Denver.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
First free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And he makes both free throws. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Three-pointer, Hayward. Rebound, Washington. Eaton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Now here's Wilkins. Here's Short. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Short's got 5 points now this quarter.
Wilkins so unselfish, very unselfish, always looking to pass the ball, outstanding at finding the open man.
We've got 13 seconds left to play in the third. To the wing right side. Here's World B. Free. Hits it from three-point range. Free's got 13.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
For 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And we get some fireworks there to finish the quarter. That 3 ties it up as we go down the home stretch.
Back to the action after this word. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Right back, man. Let's go score, stop, score here. Everyone talk defensively. Get stops and then let's go. Let's go. Make the game easy for each other. Make plays. Get your...
And defense obviously so important to Coach Thibodeau.
I mean, he wants his team to get stops and leak out fast. Fundamental basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for Washington, they've got Kyrie Irving, and it's Pettit in at the 4.
And how about the explosive leaping ability by Martin? A big-time dunker who enjoys getting this close to the basket.
Here's Petrie. Pass to Short. It's hauled in by Duncan.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the 4th, that would have been a big bucket for them.
Here's Short. Now the pass to Pettit. Shot clock at 5. Over Hayward. Got it to go. That one good from Pettit. Pettit's got it all tied up now for Washington. Hayward outside. Pass to Chenier. It's tipped. Here's Martin. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
On the wing, Irving. Free defending. Got a hand on it. And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. Pass to Short. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. The 3 scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
Sean Marion is checked in for Gordon Hayward.
One shot, gentlemen.
Wizards trail by 4. Petrie the pass to Short. Robinson kicks to Irving. Five to shoot. Pass to Petrie. Shoots the three. Kenyon Martin grabs the board. Martin's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Inside, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. McAdoo's checked in. The pass to Free. With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Free's got 9 points now in just the second half.
They just can't defend Free tonight. That has that soft, high-arcing jumper to pummel you from the outside, as well as that 44-inch vertical to throw it down if you get too close.
Here's Free, following the score by Josh Smith. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Duncan, and he can't bank that one in. And it's Irving with the ball for Washington. Short with the bucket. Now just a 1-point Timberwolves lead.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Marion. Here's Chenier. Over Smith. And the rejection by Smith. Pass to Short to take the lead. And the Wizards hit again from deep. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin is trying to keep him focused.
Free against Smith. Clock at 6. It's taken away by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And again, Washington with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Free. Marion passes to Chenier. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. On the wing, Marion. 5 on the clock. Looking to end the run, and the jumper is good.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game.
Here's Irving. Sean Marion making his last shot. Irving kicks to Smith. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Chenier. Tipped away. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Irving against Free. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 12 points here in the second half.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 7-point Wizards lead.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
And it's good, 2 points.
Boy, that was a terribly difficult shot, but still, somehow, some way, it went down. Wow.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Washington leading now by 5. On the wing, Irving. That's tipped. Here's Archibald. To the inside. Marion. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Now here's Marion after David Robinson's miss. Chenier, the pass to Duncan. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
Boy, an array of jump shots there and post moves as well from Duncan, who's a very efficient scorer.
One shot.
And Duncan, no good on that one. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the paint.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Kicks it to Duncan. Over Smith. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut to just 1 in the basket from Tim Duncan.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Here's Archibald. Passes to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. To take the lead, and the layup is up and in. Duncan's got 29 in the game.
He has been so big here in the fourth quarter, 5 of 6 from the field.
Petrie, the pass to Short. Here's Petrie. The kick out to Irving. The putback. It's good on the putback. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Here's Archibald. Pass to Duncan. To the right side. Here's Archibald. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Now the pass to Chenier. Takes a 3. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And that's a bounce back 3, and they're back in the lead.
The crowd has started to get nervous, but now they're just fired up. An incredible ball game going down the stretch.
And the shot goes down. There's 1:54 left in the game. Rebounded by the Wizards.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. Duncan hits them both. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Washington. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Baseline jumper. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it. But you know what? He didn't. It happened.
Here's Robinson, and Robinson throws it down home.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instincts grade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
Here's Chenier. He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. Both shots good from the stripe. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Irving finds Robinson. Yes!
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 3. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Another steal. Here's Short. Money.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates. Time working against them here.
It sure is, and with such short time, it'll be really hard for them to catch up.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 5. 29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Duncan. The Timberwolves again can't hit, and that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yes, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. And he makes both free throws.